Good evening. Welcome to the 10th annual A Night in the Big Apple. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. I'm Shelley Waters. I'm honored to be the board president of the Education Foundation of Alachua County. Night in the Big Apple is our premier fundraising event for the Education Foundation. We are a local nonprofit, and our mission is to invest in the future of our public school students. In the past, this event has been held at the Fine Arts Center at Santa Fe College, Emerson Hall, and Touchdown Terrace on the University of Florida campus. But this year, we're coming to you digitally for the very first time. We want to thank all of our sponsors who supported us in trying this new format. Of course, we'd rather be in person, but that will have to wait till next year. Tonight, in addition to tuning in virtually, you will be able to browse and bid on our silent auction. You can look at items right now. The silent auction will remain open during the evening. Please make sure to check it out. There's some great items there. We're thrilled to have morning team from WCJ TV 20 as our hosts this evening. We're going to have a great time. Before we're joined by our hosts, I would like to introduce our presenting sponsor, Mark Starr, President and CEO of Florida Credit Union, one of our long-standing partners of the Education Foundation. Mark?
Thank you. All of us at Florida Credit Union are so honored to support the Education Foundation and the invaluable work they do to support local teachers and students. As parents, as business people, and as neighbors, we know that teachers are vital to the success of our children and our community now more than ever. When you support the Education Foundation, you're ensuring that their hard work never goes unnoticed. Tonight is an opportunity to invest in the future of Alachua County Public School students and support the people who have taken on the great responsibility of preparing tomorrow's leaders for the world. And we all know it takes a village. No matter what the Big Apple has looked like, we have always had high school performances. And I have the pleasure of introducing our first high school performance. Eastside High School will be performing the song Mixed Feelings from the musical Ages Ago and Yesterday, directed by Tammy Myers.
I remember sipping tea under the stars, me and my friends sitting 6 feet apart. We'd be off to college soon, and we felt fine. Nothing to say, we just sat there mute. My brain started flipping through my past and future memories in a makeshift timeline. The world is sick, it needs healing, and we all have mixed feelings. Nobody knows what to do or what's right around the bend. I wish I could go back and document before all of high school came and went. I don't want to look back and don't I didn't know I'd be on Zoom. Oh, well, easy come, easy go. Till you try it, you never know. Take it one moment at a time. The future's coming, then it's mine. Though sometimes I wonder, is this all that life is? Me, I love to stay in bed, but I get trapped inside my head whenever I start thinking, do I wanna lose this?
Yeah, my head pounds. At my ceiling I am staring. I don't even bother getting under the covers. I fall asleep with the TV blaring. I might be going crazy. I might be going crazy.
I've stayed up through the night. I've slept all through the day too. I didn't even realize I unplugged my clock last month. I don't have anything to be late to.
I might be going crazy. I might be going crazy. I might be going crazy. I might be going crazy.
I
The
might
world
be
is crumbling
going
down.
crazy.
The walls
I
come
might
up
be
high all
going
around.
crazy. I
It all
might be
stay locked
going
up tight,
crazy.
and I
I
keep
might
searching
be
for a
going
flicker of
crazy.
light.
I might
The world
be
is
going
crumbling down.
crazy.
The walls
I
come
might
up
be
high all
going
around.
crazy. I
It
might
all
be
stay locked
going
up tight,
crazy.
and I
I
keep
might
searching
be
for a
going
flicker of
crazy.
light.
I might be going crazy. I might be going crazy. I might be going crazy. You never know. One moment at a time. Oh, universe, give me a sign. I'm trying to find out, is this all that life is? Am I waiting on and on for something already gone? I want it back. I want it back. I want it back. I want it back.
Good evening, I'm Lisa Sicasio, WCJB TV20's morning and noon anchor.
And I'm meteorologist Mike Potter, also on the TV20 Morning and Noon Show.
And I'm Amber Pellicone, morning reporter.
We'd like to thank you so much for allowing us to come into your homes this evening, and we are so thankful to represent TV20 for this very special occasion.
We truly are very humbled and happy to be here. And actually, Mike and Amber, they're going to go take a little break, but don't worry, they'll be back later in this program. And you have just watched a beautiful performance by Eastside High School to the song Mixed Feelings. And that is a song, no matter whether you're a high school student or an adult, you can truly relate to after the experience that we all had to deal with going from last year into this year with the pandemic. A little bit more background information about that song. You have Mrs. Myers, the drama teacher of Eastside High School, and that song part of the show called Ages Ago and Yesterday, which aired earlier this month. And the show was written as a class project and a collaboration between the students. The students wrote the monologues about their experiences, then a New York City composer put some of them to music. And the show answers the question, how has your perception of time changed since last March? And I know we all have many answers to that question. The song Mixed Feelings opens the show. It was directed by 2 students and edited by 1. And on behalf of the Education Foundation, thank you so much, Ms. Myers, to you and your students. They're very talented, and we appreciate your hard work. Again, wonderful job. We also would like to take the moment to recognize the Eastside High School Culinary Arts students. They're the reason you have delectable, delicious desserts in your VIP experience boxes. And many of our viewers tonight have received the VIP boxes, and our hope is that with these boxes, you can help us in celebrating a night of educational excellence. And if you haven't received the box, first off, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And if you see those sponsors from tonight out in Blick, tell them hello and how much that we get them for all support. Another highlight of a night in the Big Apple is getting to hear from the Take Stock in Children scholarship recipients about their time in the Take Stock in Children program. The program helps to break up the cycle of poverty for low-income, at-risk students in our community who have a desire to attend college in order to achieve their dreams. Currently, there are 314 students in the program being provided with a volunteer mentor, academic and college readiness support, and once they graduate from high school, each one of these students will receive a Florida prepaid scholarship. Our next segment is sponsored by Siegel, Hughes, and Ross, who have been partners of the Education Foundation for many years and are huge supporters of the Take Stock in Children in particular. We are excited to hear from Jaquela Newsom. She's the 2016 graduate of Take Stock in Children, and we know that Jaquela's future is a bright one, and we are so excited to watch her continue to excel.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Jaquela Newsom. I am 23 years old. I am a Take Stock alumni, and I'm here to share my story with you. The day that I found out that I got the scholarship, me and my cousin and my mom were driving home, and we saw a rainbow in the sky, and I said, something good is about to happen, because that's what that means. That rainbow right there is for me. And I got a call from my aunt, and she said there was a package for me, and I said, that right there, that's my acceptance letter. And it was. My experience with Take Stock in Children has been a fairly unique one. I was accepted in the 7th grade, and I essentially went throughout the program. I had a change of mentors, and they really helped me throughout the process. Take Stock in Children took me on college tours. They also took us to Tallahassee. We had a day at the Capitol where we were able to advocate for funds for the whole Take Stock program. And we also got to do a small tour of FAMU, and we got to actually see FSU, and that was really fun. And they also helped me in my senior year while I was dual enrolled. They made sure that I knew how to fill out the FAFSA. Take Stock also helped with test prep and making sure that we had everything that we needed in order to be our best selves and actually make it into college. The Education Foundation has absolutely invested into my future due to the fact that being a first-generation college student, I probably would not have been able to necessarily afford to go to college, but the Education Foundation really set me up on the right track. I have an AA in agriculture, and I now have a bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies with a dual concentration in quantitative analysis in global studies and a minor in humanities.
Wow, I hope you enjoyed hearing Jaquela's story as much as I did. It's stories like hers and so many of our Take Stock in Children graduates that really confirmed to me that we are in the business of changing lives here at the Education Foundation. And I'm so proud to have been able to keep in touch with Jaquela since she graduated from high school. Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Debegar, and I'm the Executive Director for the Education Foundation of Alachua County. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for our 10th annual Night in the Big Apple. The Big Apple is an event that we look forward to and plan for with so much anticipation each year. However, I must admit that this year, the anticipation is bigger than ever. It was just 24 hours prior to last Big Apple that we had to cancel the event due to the coronavirus pandemic. So for this year, even though the event looks different, it feels more special than ever, knowing that everything we have overcome collectively as a society, as the Alachua County Public School System, and for us here at the Education Foundation of Alachua County. A new feature we were able to add to this year's Big Apple was our VIP experience box. For those of you who are enjoying your box right now, I hope you're having fun. You'll notice a piece of student artwork in your box, and I wanted to call attention to that right now. For the first time ever this year, we hosted a Big Apple art contest, inviting local students to show off their talent. It was too hard to choose, so we picked 2 pieces to be featured, and I wanted to show them to you. Our first was A Night Owl in the Big City by Lydia Wells, a 5th at Wiles Elementary. Our second is entitled Brave Enough to Be by Alyssa Thomason, a grade Take Stock in Children student in middle high school. You can read more about these pieces on our website. So tonight we're celebrating the hard work of our staff, board, mentors, generous donors, and sponsors who have come together this past year to assist our wonderful Alachua County school students and teachers. Within 2 weeks of the coronavirus shutdown, we were able to reimagine our 25-year-old Take Stock in Children program to provide virtual services. Combining the end of last school year with the first semester of this current school year, our team has hosted over 4,000 virtual mentoring sessions. And by the end of this March, we will have provided over 120 laptops to students who did not have the proper technology at home to complete their schoolwork. You may remember that we launched a wellness aspect of our Take Stock in Children program over 2 years ago. Our support coordinator, Eric, conducted needs assessments over the last year to be able to support our Take Stock in Children students and families, referring them to resources to help them with financial, physical, health-related, and even basic needs. While there is so much uncertainty regarding the future, it was important to us, and it remains important, that we provide as much support during this time as we could. And that is why we are proud to continue our tradition of awarding college scholarships, both through our Take Stock in Children program and our Senior Scholarship program. In the month of May 2020, we awarded over $700,000 worth of college scholarships. And this coming May, we look forward to doing the same and showing our students in Alachua County that their dreams are still achievable. The mission of the Education Foundation of Alachua County is to invest in the future of the Alachua County Public School students. And I can truly say that with the support you all have provided us this last year, our mission is alive and well. And it was the icing on the cake that December 2020, we were named Small Nonprofit of the Year by the Greater Gainesville Chamber of Commerce. One group of people that we are passionate about supporting is our local teachers, for they are the boots on the ground working day in and day out for their students. By providing professional development support, classroom grants, and even gift cards for supplies this last year, we've shown our teachers that we care. And in fact, we were just recently able to host the 29th annual Teacher of the Year event just a few weeks ago. Our largest show of support for teachers comes through our Catalyst for Change grant program, which provides teachers and schools with the opportunity to engage their students with innovative learning opportunities. And I'm sure you'll agree that now more than ever, it will take all the innovation that we have to reach our students. Each year, we raise funds for our Catalyst for Change program and then receive matching funds from the State of Florida School District Education Foundation Matching Grant Program. In the 2019-2020 school year, we were able to impact over 6,000 students through the dedication and commitment of their teachers, and we look forward to seeing this year's results. One company who also believes in supporting teachers is ViStar Credit Union. And here to introduce our next segment, which will feature one of this year's Catalyst for Change grant recipients, is Faith Ledbetter from ViStar Credit Union.
Good evening. As a high school graduate from Alachua County, I'm privileged to be here to celebrate this incredible recognition. At ViStar, we strive to uphold the credit union philosophy, people helping people, by not only providing our value members with quality financial products and services, but also actively supporting communities where we live, work, and play. We're proudly committed to making a positive difference in the lives of the people that we serve. ViStar is proud to support the Education Foundation. Each year, the Education Foundation awards approximately $110,000 to support teachers. One person who has been able to benefit from the support the Education Foundation provides is Dr. Carrie Wells of Wiles Elementary School, who teaches Digital Academy students. She received a Catalyst for Change grant in November 2020. Her project, Empowering Student Voices, aims to reduce the nearly 43% achievement gap between African American and white students in grades 3rd through 5th in the ELA standardized assessment. To foster a positive learning environment that encourages students of diverse backgrounds to become more dynamic readers and writers. Her project has already seen progress in closing this gap, and tonight we've asked her to share with you more about how she is doing this for her students. She graciously agreed, and we're so excited she did. Please enjoy this presentation of Dr. Wells and her Digital Academy students.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carrie Wells. I am a 2nd grade teacher at Wiles Elementary School, and this is my 12th year teaching. Having learned online myself as a student once, I chose to be a Digital Academy teacher for several reasons. First and foremost, obviously because of the pandemic we have right now and maintaining my safety and the safety of my students. But I also appreciated the challenge of having to rethink education in a new way. My project called Empowering Student Voices. Through my experience as both a learner and teacher, I recognize the importance of feeling a connection to the texts we read. My belief is that if students are exposed to the voices of people who tend to be underrepresented through high-quality children's literature, they too will find their own voices and the confidence to express themselves. So I wanted to introduce my students to new people through these books, like Wangari Maathai, who was the first African woman to receive the Nobel Prize for her environmental work, Temple Grandin, who is a woman with autism who's an advocate for the humane treatment of livestock, or Henry Brown, who escaped slavery to freedom by mailing himself to Pennsylvania. We talk a lot about resilience and facing challenges, and all of these books represent people who had challenges to overcome, but did so with incredible strength and courage. In addition to purchasing almost 100 books, I also purchase STEAM kits and materials for my students. I do a lot of literature-based STEAM activities, which means I draw from the books that we read and either purchase activities through something like Teachers Pay Teachers or create my own activities that allow them to really explore the concepts in the book. So if we learn about someone who is a scientist, let's try our hands at recreating some of what they did. And then I have the students to kind of connect with one another. The parents actually take photos of what the children have created, and we share those with each other to still build that sense of community. Some of the materials I've sent home in STEAM kits so that, again, we could do all different types of activities with materials that children may not have in their homes already. And part of that equalizes that equity component that I talk about, making the materials accessible to everyone. So this project just began in the fall, but I've actually already seen measurable success from my students. Some of the things that I'm looking at are obviously informal type assessments, the projects they're creating, some of their informal writing samples, but then we are looking at standardized assessments. And one of the standardized assessments I use is called the iStation ISIP, specifically in the area of reading based on the nature of this grant program. And it looks at several areas of reading. And you get a baseline score at the beginning of the year. So my class average in September was a 232. I began this project the end of November once my materials came in. And since then, my score now in February was a 245 for my class average, which would be a 13-point increase. But the part that I think is most noteworthy is the area of vocabulary, which has increased significantly. So in September, the vocabulary score was a 234 average, and now it is a 256, an increase of 22 points. What's really important to note here is that I have 4 English language learners in my class, and I see that vocabulary development in this assessment and in their daily work as well. Anecdotally, I also see a high level of engagement with my students, which I know can be a challenge with digital learning. So it's nice to see that they are motivated by the books I share and the materials we use to complete our projects that are available through this Catalyst for Change grant.
What an enlightening presentation that was from Dr. Wells. Thank you and your students for sharing with all of us how a Digital Academy teacher can provide her students with experiences that not only allow them to use their voices, but also allows them to achieve academic success. The first 9 weeks, her class average on the AIMS assessment was 64.2%. Now, at the close of the second 9 weeks, her class average is close to 80%, 79.7 to be exact. That doesn't sound like success. I don't know what does. She was one of 8 teachers to receive a Catalyst for Change teacher grant this year. We can't wait to hear about the other teachers' grants. Our next performance is brought to us by GRU. GRU has been a partner for the Education Foundation for many years. Not only are they a sponsor of A Night in the Big Apple, they're also a sponsor for one of the Education Foundation Senior Scholarships. Each year, GRU partners with the Education Foundation, and together they award $16,000 a year to qualified applicants aspiring to become engineers and who plan to attend either UF, FAMU, or Santa Fe College. This performance features Madeline Elise Smith. She is a junior in high school and is dual enrolled at Santa Fe and loving every minute of her pre-college experience. She started performing at the age of 7 and has been on stages here in town from the Hippodrome to Holtz High School. She first joined the BHS theater program at the age of 10, performing as a middle school guest performer in Spamalot. Outside of school, she started pursuing a career on stage and film at the age of 9, traveling to Orlando, Tampa, Atlanta, and New York to audition and work. She is thrilled to be included in this program, singing the song Lying There from the musical Edges, directed by Ted Lewis of Buchholz High School.
Hello, my name is Madeline Smith, and I'll be singing Lying There from the musical Edges.
sleep as well as you. And I bet in your dreaming I'm there. I look peaceful, and maybe you'd assume I'm lost in dreaming too. But despite how I try to close my eyes and join you, despite how I try to hold my breath and body still, despite how I try not to jolt you or wake you, I can't sleep, I don't breathe, I won't move. Am I fulfilled? I look at you lying there and I want to love you. I want to sleep for decades by your side. But with you I'm restless, I'm running on empty. I'm living a life where I have compromised. You'd think in my sleep I'd see you in my future. You'd think in my dreams I'd see our kids play on the lawn. You'd think in my nightmares I'm living life without you. You would think, you would guess, but I can't sleep. So you'd be wrong. You have blue eyes, and I love blue eyes. I love how you're 6 feet tall. I love how we question if God's really there, and how we hate Christmas time at the mall. And on paper we're great, and our stars are aligned, and it looks like it was all meant to be. But night after night, I keep shutting my eyes, and I try, but I find I can't sleep. I look at you lying there, sleeping without me. I bet you'd never guess. My restlessness just grows, and while I want to shut my eyes and know the things you know, I can't sleep, I can't breathe, I can't move. How I wish I could wake you. I wish I could jolt you. I wish I could love you. But wishing that I loved you isn't really loving, I suppose.
These high school drama performances have always been a highlight of A Night in the Big Apple, as it displays the extraordinary talent of our Alachua County Public School students. Thank you, Maddie and Mr. Lewis, for that awesome performance. Our final segment of this evening is presented by Charles Perry Partners, Inc. and Miss Nancy Perry of Oak Hammock Retirement Community at the University of Florida. This past year, the members of Oak Hammock raised $175,000 for scholarships. As community partners, they are the largest contributor of scholarships for Alachua County's Take Stock in Children program. Both of these organizations' members not only provide monetary support, but many CPPI employees and Oak Hammock members are mentors of Take Stock in Children students. Through their weekly mentor sessions, they have helped students set goals, apply to colleges, and have provided a listening ear and their support. Their dedication means so much to the TSIC students, and their support will have a lasting impact on their students' lives for many years to come. It is only natural that CPPI and Nancy would be the sponsors of our final segment, highlighting Annalise White, a 2020 graduate of the Take Stock in Children program, and her mentor of 6 years, Terry Lowry.
My name is Annalise White. I am 19 years old and I am a first-generation college student at the University of Florida. I am also a 2020 graduate of the Take Stock in Children program, and today I'm very excited to be here with my mentor, Mrs. Terry Lowry, to talk about our Take Stock in Children mentorship relationship.
I'm Terry Lowry, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I had the privilege of serving as Annalise's mentor for 6 years.
Yes.
We were together from 7th grade through 12th grade, and it was a wonderful experience for me. I travel a lot with my job, and so I didn't know if I could be a mentor. Take Stock said, no, we can work with that, and they paired me with Annalise, and it was a perfect pairing, and had the opportunity to be able to get to know you not only as a student but as a person, and get to know your background and history and know your family. And so being able to get involved even with an unusual schedule was really a blessing for me. Annalise has been the daughter I didn't get to have. Fortunately, her parents shared her with me, which I greatly appreciated. Being able to share girl things along the way was wonderful for me, but it was also just such a wonderful opportunity for me to see you grow.
So when I was first selected to be a part of the Take Stock in Children program, my family and I were extremely grateful because I come from a low-income family, and I've always dreamt of going to college. I've always known that I've always wanted to be a doctor, and so to have this program, they're supporting me financially and also introducing me to different opportunities and programs was amazing. One of the most fulfilling part of being a part of this program was meeting my mentor. She means so much to me, and she's been amazing. I felt that I hit the jackpot when I met her. I remember when I first met her, I was very shy and timid. I feel that she built me up in so many ways. The Take Stock in Children scholarship has helped cover my tuition and has also introduced me to other scholarships that help to cover the cost that comes with going to school. Getting into UF has always been my dream. I've always talked about it with Miss Lowry since I was in middle school. It's something that I've always wanted, and thank God it happened. And the process, it was great. I did dual enrollment at Santa Fe College, which I felt definitely prepared me and also made me a more competitive candidate for getting in. And also I had Miss Lowry who helped me with my essay. She was there to read it over and over again for me, and that was a wonderful thing. I also got involved in student government at Santa Fe, and I had leadership roles in church. And also here at GHS, I was the secretary of the Spanish Honor Society, and I felt like that all of those activities and roles helped me to get in. Since graduating, my college experience has been wonderful. I definitely felt that Take Stock and also having Miss Lowry in my life has helped prepared me for the process. My classes are going well, and I'm starting to get involved in extracurricular activities, which I'm really enjoying, and I'm excited for what's ahead.
If you're looking for a way to give back and want to follow in the footsteps of so many other community members, what a great way to do so, by helping to change the trajectory and impacting a child's life. Terry is proof that this can be done by becoming a Take Stock in Children mentor. In the next few months, the Education Foundation will be inducting 70 new middle school students. Each one of these students will have to be matched with an adult volunteer mentor before entering the program and securing their college scholarship. To learn more, we highly encourage you to check out the Education Foundation's website at edfoundationac.org to sign up today. While you're there, please take your final opportunity to view the silent auction. It has been a tremendous experience hosting the 10th annual A Night in the Big Apple. We hope you enjoyed this evening's program as much as we enjoyed hosting it. Finally, we'd like you to please turn your attention to Shelley Waters, Board President of the Education Foundation, who will provide the closing remarks.
Thanks again to the students, teachers, and mentors who have entertained us tonight and given us the wonderful testimonials. What a fantastic evening. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the important work that the Education Foundation does. I became a mentor in the Take Stock in Children program in 2014. I was paired with a very intelligent but extremely shy middle school girl. She has come a long way since then. She learned how to advocate for herself, make good decisions, stick to her goals, and do the right thing when others around her were not. She is a senior at the University of Central Florida and will graduate this year. It's a wonderful story. She came from a single-parent home and is a first-generation student who will graduate from the University of Central Florida this year. I talked to her yesterday, and she's making straight A's this semester. One student at a time. I hope you enjoyed learning about the wonderful work that the Education Foundation does to make futures brighter for our students in Alachua County. Thank you for your support. The generosity of our community through the years for education has been heartwarming and wonderful. Many of you have attended this event, A Night in the Big Apple, during the last few years, and you've seen the remarkable stories and how lives were changed one at a time. Now more than ever, our students and teachers need our support. If you have been impacted tonight by what you have seen and you have witnessed the power of education to change a life, please consider making a donation to the Education Foundation of Alachua County. If you received a VIP box, there will be a form in there that will tell you how to do this. If not, you can always go to our website, edfoundationac.org. That you are with us tonight shows your commitment to education. I encourage you to make a donation if you can, or consider becoming a volunteer mentor in our Take Stock in Children program. As you can see tonight, your gifts make an immediate and important impact. On behalf of my fellow board members, students, teachers, and staff, I thank you for participating in tonight's event. I'd also like to thank our very generous sponsors and the wonderful and crew from WCJ Morning Team 20 News. And now please join us in a toast to the promising futures of the students of Alachua County Public Schools. I'll give you a moment to get your glasses ready while we do the same here. Here's to the promising future of the students of Alachua County. May you enjoy the rest of your evening and plan to join us next year in person. Good night.